for taking the HSPA. So, tests can be stressful. They can be absolutely the biggest stress of your life, so I'm here to make it easier for you. First thing you want to do is the night before the test, well, not even the night before the test. Let's start 2 nights before the test to prepare you physically and psychologically. You want to get a good night's sleep, and not just the night before, 2 nights before. This way you can be well rested, even if you spend the night before the testing tossing and turning and stressing out and worrying. The morning of the test, you want to eat a healthy breakfast. Food gives your body fuel it needs to stay awake and alert. You got to avoid sugary caffeine drinks and cereal that has sugar in it. The buzz make you feel like you're roaring and ready to go for the test, but there's a good chance that you're going to crash halfway through. Caffeine and sugar can prevent you from sleeping well and make you feel jumpy and nervous. Don't cram right up to bedtime. The night before the test, you want to give your mind a chance to relax and unwind for a little while. Listen to some music, watch some TV. Now, test time. You got to stay focused. And you want to make sure that you're sitting comfortably. Don't get distracted by things or people around you. When you get the test, read the directions carefully. Look over the whole test before diving into the first question. And you can start by going through the test and answering all the easy questions first. It builds your confidence and you can even help jog your memory for the tougher parts of the test. Just make sure you mark any questions that you skip. Here are some strategies for helping you to do your best. Let's start with the multiple choice section. When you're taking a multiple choice section of the test, read the question first, but don't read any of the answers that are given. Try to answer the question yourself without even looking. Here's a simple example. The word routine in line 2 most nearly means A, a set of instructions, B, a customary schedule, C, a theatrical skit, or D, series of dance steps. If your answer appears to be one of the choices, you can be pretty sure that it's right. If your answer is not one of the choices, then you can use process of elimination. Here's another example. After spending countless hours helping the needy children in their community, the basketball players were recognized for their acts of blank as they were for their slam dunks. A, heroism, B, charity, C, honesty, D, recognition. Even though you may not know the right answer a lot of times, you know which answers are definitely wrong. Even if you can't identify all the wrong answers, just crossing off 1 or 2 really increase your odds of getting it right. For example, according to the passage, which of the following should you avoid if you're taking medication that makes you sleepy? A, sleeping, B, jogging, C, exercise, D, driving. Well, jogging is basically the same thing as exercise, so the answer can't be both. You can probably eliminate both of those. You can also look for keywords in questions. You can also look for keywords in questions like not and except so you know what's being asked. For example, based on the passage, all of the following might be considered an ecosystem except A, a temperate forest, B, a coral reef, C, an ice crystal, D, a tropical rainforest. Now let's move on to the essay section. Writing an essay is your chance to show what you know in your own words. Before you start writing, underline the key verbs in the essay question. For example, compare and contrast the uses of light and dark in Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. Summarize the major themes of Romeo and Juliet. It'll help keep you focused on the information that is being looked at in your evaluation. A compare and contrast essay is obviously different from when you're asked to summarize one. Try to write as neatly and as organized as you can to ensure that your thoughts flow easily. Here are some final tips. Don't forget these. Pace yourself and don't rush. Make sure you give yourself enough time to think through all of the questions. If you come to one that's totally got you confused, don't waste a lot of time on it. Instead, skip it and return to it later. And if you fall behind, don't scramble to catch up. And take a few minutes at the end of your test to review your answers. So using these test-taking skills won't necessarily give you a perfect score, but it'll definitely give you the score you deserve. See you next time.